Good evening and welcome to the Wednesday, June 15, 2022, 6 p.m. regular Planning Commission meeting. The meeting will now come in order. Present Assembly Bill 361, please be advised that members of the Planning Commission might participate in today's meeting telephonically. Members of the public might view and listen to the meeting live line online through the city website as noted on the agenda. The invocation, tonight's invocation will be given by Ms. Mosayed, and the Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Ms. Flores. Can you please stand and do it?
Dear Lord, we thank you for the ability to come before you with this commission. We invite you to be here with us this evening to grant us the wisdom with each and every case and situation that is presented before us tonight. In your name we pray.
Okay, now for the Pledge of Allegiance, place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Secretary, will you give a roll call, please?
Sure. Commissioner De La Rosa,
Present.
Commissioner Flores,
Present.
Commissioner Leon,
Present.
Vice Chairperson Villalobos,
Present.
and Chairperson Rivera.
Present. Thank you. Public comments is now open. Secretary, are there any speakers on the agenda? Sorry.
Chairperson, we did not receive any written comments, but we will now open the line to see if there's anyone else wishing to speak. Members of the public will now have an opportunity to speak on items listed on the Planning Commission agenda. Please state your name for the record before addressing your comments to the Planning Commissioners. Each speaker and email reading is limited to 3 minutes. Email comments will be read out loud after all speakers have been heard. Anyone wishing to speak may do so at this time by pressing *9, and when instructed, press *6 to unmute yourself. Individuals joining us through the Zoom app may request to make a comment by using the raise hand feature on Zoom. And at this time, Chairperson, we do not have any comments or anyone wishing to speak in the line.
Thank you. If there is no objection by the Planning Commission, I will close the public comments. Close. Public hearing item number 1 and 2, extension and modification of the conditional use permit number 2020-051 on 5953 Florence Avenue, file number 2020-051. Presentation will be given by Adrian Florence. Can you please start, sir?
Thank you, Chairperson Rivera, and good evening to all commissioners. Today I will be presenting the 12-month extension and modification of conditional use permit number 2020-051. This was for a 4-unit apartment development located at 5953 Florence Avenue. Now the request is for a 12-month extension of conditional use permit number 2020-051 and a modification to the conditional use permit number 2020-051 to modify the architectural design of the apartment units from a Spanish design to a modern contemporary design, and also increase the second floor plan layout from 603 square feet to 883 square feet. Now a little background on the site. It's located at 5953 Florence Avenue. It's zoned C4 heavy commercial. The general plan land use designation is regional commercial. Subject site is approximately 11,900 square feet. So some of the surrounding land uses, north is residential, South is Florence with commercial and residential uses. East is residential with commercial uses, and west is residential uses. Now, a little background on this project. On January 20th, 2021, the Planning Commission adopted Resolution PC 2021-01, approving conditional use permit number 2020-051 to allow the development of a 4-unit apartment project. Now, pursuant to condition of approval number 3 of Planning Commission Resolution 2021-01, conditional use permit number 2020-051 was set to expire 1 year from the effective date of the approval, which would be on January 20th, 2022, unless either construction was commenced or an extension was granted by the Planning Commission. On January 13th, a little before the expiration date, the applicant submitted a letter requesting a 12-month extension and modification to the architectural design of the project and the floor plan layout of the units. This is the current site condition right now. It's currently a vacant lot on and fenced up. It's located on Florence Avenue between residential and commercial uses. Now, this was the originally approved floor plan back in 2021. The original floor plan, so the only floor plan they are requesting the modification for is the second floor. So the second floor was previously approved at 603 square feet with 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. This is the new floor plan. The applicant is proposing to increase the square footage of units from 603 to 883 square feet by constructing an additional bedroom. And this additional bedroom is located over the originally approved roof of the garage. So if you see here, this here is the roof over the garage, and the applicant's taking advantage of that space and increasing the square footage of the second floor by including a 4th bedroom. The applicant is also requesting a modification to the architectural design of the project. So originally, the project was approved as a Spanish architectural style that included foam window moldings, tile roofs, stucco finish, decorative wrought iron railings on the private balconies. Now, the applicant is proposing to revise the architectural design of the project to a modern contemporary style that would include smooth stucco finish, flat roofs with parapets, and decorative stainless steel railings for the private balconies. Now, the applicant's request continues to be consistent with the general plan and Bell Gardens Municipal Code. The proposed project continues to conform with all of the applicable standards pursuant to section 9.10.040, table 9.10B residential development standards matrix, and chapter 9.38 parking and loading off street, as well as the applicant's request continues to meet all findings for conditional use permit pursuant to Bell Gardens Municipal Code section 9.50.050. The staff's recommendation that the Planning Commission open the public hearing and adopt Planning Commission Resolution PC 2022-06 to A, approve the 12-month extension for conditional use permit number 2020-051, and B, approve a modification to conditional use permit number 2020-051 to modify the architectural design of the apartments from a Spanish design to a modern contemporary design, and increase the floor plan layout from 603 square feet to 883 square feet. And that concludes my presentation. Staff and the applicant is here available for any questions you may have. Thank you.
At this time, I will open the public hearing. And will receive any public testimony, Erica?
Chairperson, we did not receive any comments on this item, and we will now open the chat line to see if there's anyone wishing to speak. Members of the public will now have the opportunity to speak on the item listed on the Planning Commission agenda. Please state your name for the record. Please state your name for the record before addressing your comments to the Planning Commissioners. Each speaker and email reading is limited to 3 minutes. Email comments will be read out loud after all speakers have been heard. Anyone wishing to make a comment may do so at this time by pressing *9. When instructed, press *6 to unmute yourself. Individuals joining through the Zoom app may request to make comments by using the raise hand feature. And at this time, Chairperson, we do not have anyone wishing to make a comment on this item.
If there are no objection by the planning commission, I will close the public hearing.
Excuse me, Chair Rivera. I apologize for being late. Just wanted you to know I've joined the meeting.
Thank you. I will close. There are any questions to the staff from the commissions or the owner? Commission? No questions? I would like to ask, number one is welcome to the Mr. Ernest Ramos. He's the owner of this project, looks like. I would like to ask you a question. Did you been given all these regulations that we passed on the last meeting? And the new ones that we have now?
First of all, thank you for this meeting. Good afternoon, everybody. Yes, I have. I've been given all the compliances, by Adrian. So yes, I am aware of this. All of these new conditions or guidelines.
And I would like to mention something for you. It's nothing. It's something that I noticed driving by today. On the enter of the building, you have one of those big, I don't know if it's sewer line or storm draw line. And are you planning to move that and the trees, or the trees will stay there?
That's a good question. I haven't really got into it, but I will be giving any. I will have to talk to the architect and the engineers, in regards to this matter, because I can't really tell you right now. We haven't really got into that because, first of all, wanted to present this proposal, so we have to. Then, we're gonna have to work with you guys in regards to any complaint.
Okay. Thank you. Any question, Commission? Thank you very much. Just for the records, will you, I know your name is Ernest Ramos. Can you state it for me, please?
Yes, Ernie Ramos, ERNIE, Ramos, RAMOS.
Thank you.
Thank you, all of you.
I would like to ask you to the staff, what are we gonna do? Because that's, it seems to me that would be a problem if we had 3 feet from the neighbor's fence for plants, and then we're gonna do 20 feet of gates. It's gonna, that particular storm plate is gonna be on the way. Now, are we gonna put it that we need to move it, or that's gonna get non-automatic? And it's 2 trees. One that I would like to see if I would like to, whatever he wants to do, that's okay with me. But I just want to mention, because it needs to be, looks like it needs to be cut. The one in Flores and the one on the line, which will be on the west side of the property. There's another one is right on the line.
So yeah, Mr. Rivera, actually, so one of the conditions for this project is to submit landscape and irrigation plans. So as part of that, he would also have to present plans for the parkway as well. So all of that will be addressed once those plans are submitted and reviewed.
Okay. That's all I got. Commissions? Any question, or I need a motion?
Motion to approve the extension and modification of conditional use permit number 2020-051 at the location of 5953 Florence Avenue.
Second,
Second.
all in favor? Can you give me a roll call, please, Secretary?
Sure. Chairperson De La Rosa,
Yes.
I'm sorry, Commissioner De La Rosa,
Yes.
Commissioner Flores,
Yes.
Commissioner Leon,
Yes.
Vice Chairperson Villalobos,
Yes.
and Chairperson Rivera.
Yes. Thank you, and let's get it done, those new nice apartments.
Thank you so much for all.
Number 2 will be a modification of conditional use permit number 2017-031, McDonald's drive-through remodel, file number 2022-020. Presentation given by Mona Maseyep. Can you please give us the presentation?
Yes, thank you, Chairperson Rivera, Commissioners. What we have before us is the modification of conditional use permit number 2017-031, file number 2022-020. The applicant, on behalf of the McDonald's franchise, is requesting the approval of the modification of existing conditional use permit 2017-031 for the drive-through at the McDonald's restaurant. The remodel of the existing dual entry, single lane, and single exit drive-through lane layout to a side-by-side single lane bypass dual exit drive-through lane design, and the relocation of the monument signage, alterations to the existing landscaping areas, and the modification of the American with Disabilities Act pathway. The site description. The project is located at 5725 Florence Avenue. It is in a C4 heavy commercial zone. The general plan designation is regional commercial. The site is 22,800 square feet, and the project site is surrounded by commercial and retail uses. Background on this item. McDonald's has been operating at the subject site since 1988 after the PC approved SPR number 180 for a fast food restaurant with a drive-through. Following that, in 2017, Resolution PC 2017-07 was adopted, granting a CUP for the drive-through. Next slide, please. The current conditions. This is the south side of the McDonald's, Florence Avenue facing. This is a site that will be experiencing the bypass lane. And the next slide, please. And this is how it appears with current conditions. Next slide, please. Thank you. Oh, thank you. The proposed bypass lane will begin at the corner of the southwest area shown within the circle, and the arrow that is on the northern edge of the building, that is the proposed bypass lane. Our analysis is that the applicant's request is consistent with the general plan and the Bell Gardens Municipal Code. The applicant's request also meets all the findings for a conditional use permit pursuant to Bell Gardens Municipal Code, section 9.50.050. Recommendation. It is recommended that the Planning Commission open the public hearing and adopt Planning Commission Resolution PC 2022-07 to A, approve the modification to conditional use permit number 2017-031 to allow for the remodeling of the existing dual entry drive-through, single lane, and single exit layout to a dual entry, single lane to bypass or dual drive-through exit lanes at the existing McDonald's restaurant. B, approve the alterations to the existing landscaping areas and the modification of the American with Disabilities Act pathway. And then 3, with regards to the relocation of the monument signage, that shall be submitted under a separate application. Thank you.
About disability that?
One more time, please.
Yes, please. Can you repeat what did you statement about disability? What was the?
There's a pathway for those that require, for example, wheelchair access. So that is being also relocated due to the modifications, both being made in this remodel, but as well in terms of a public works project where we're creating a deceleration lane. So that modification is being proposed in response to both of these modifications. We also have the senior engineer with us this evening. So if any questions arise, staff is here as well as a senior engineer for this proposal.
Chairperson, we did receive comments from 6 people located within the 500-foot radius map of the subject site that were in favor of the proposed project. By the name of Maria Lorenzo, Silvestre Noyola, Leticia Lozano, Tony Melendres, Margarita Chaides, and Jesus Chaides. So we did receive those comments. And then at this time, we will go ahead and open the line to see if there was anyone wishing to speak on this item. The members of the public will now have an opportunity to speak on the item listed on the Planning Commission agenda. Please state your name for the record before addressing your comments to the Planning Commissioners. Each speaker and email reading is limited to 3 minutes. Email comments will be read out loud after all speakers have been heard. Anyone wishing to make a comment may do so at this time by pressing *9. When instructed, press *6 to unmute yourself. Individuals joining through the Zoom app may request to make a comment by using the raise hand feature on Zoom. And at this time, we do have someone in the chat line. I believe it is one of the applicants, Carlos Madrigal, that is wishing to speak on this item. So if we can let him in. Okay. Sir, can you hear us? Mr. Madrigal, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Would you like to make a
I have
comment?
actually, yes, Carlos Madrigal with McDonald's. And I'm representing the franchisee. The project that we're doing, it's I can't add too much more to it. Mona did a perfect job. So with that, what I'm really here to do is just answer any questions that you guys have regarding that. I also have my architect is also on here so that he can as well ask anything related to the questions you may have or any comments.
Great, thank you for your comment. And Chairperson, I believe we don't have any other callers in the line at the moment.
Okay. This time, if there's no objection by the Planning Commission, I will close the public hearing. Close. Commissions, any questions in regard to this issue?
Yes. Just one question either for the applicant or for staff. On the dual lane exit, is one of the lanes a dedicated right exit only and the other lane just to exit through the shopping center, or are they both are you able to turn right on both lanes?
You know, can you hold on one second on the question, Erica? You said that we have some people that write down some comments. We didn't hear those comments. I need to,
They were all in favor of the. Sorry, they were all in favor for, to get this item approved tonight.
okay. Can we get the people from McDonald's? You said it was on the line, so they can answer these questions probably? They said they have the
Sure.
architect. Or staff, can you answer the question?
Yeah, this is Robert Priest with Design UA. In case Carlos
Can you hear
is not
me?
able
I'm
to
sorry.
speak on it.
I'm here.
Up there's Carlos.
Okay, and I'm
Carlos, go ahead.
yeah, what was, I'm sorry, it was broken up a little bit, the question.
My question is on the dual lane exit, are you able to turn right on both lanes, or it's just one lane, the closest to the street, the one where you can turn right, and the other lane, the left lane, you can exit through the shopping center, or both are turning right?
Right. Both are, you can do both. You can do, the point of the dual lane for the exit is there's going to be a third window at the, in the building. And so what happens is, so the concept of the bypass lane is if there's a customer that has a large order or an order that's special, for example, they can pull up to that third window. We typically have our cash and our pickup. Now we have what we call a third window pull forward, and that third window is for the car. So now the car behind, if their order is ready to go, they pay, pick up, and then they can bypass that car and then go either way. So they'll either go make a left turn or a right turn through the shopping center, or make a turn and go back right turn onto Florence. So then when the cars that is in the bypass lane, what we call a pull forward, he's completed, he can leave, that person can leave as well, also do. So the bypass lane, what it is to kind of get the cars so that we have moving our drive-through lane a little bit faster and not having the queue too long. And that's the concept of the bypass lane. So to answer your question, yes, the cars can go both. So there won't be a little, like what we would call a pinch point, because we'll be able, the car will be stopped, and then the other car will be able to move, so they'll be able to see. So we're doing this on our new buildings. We're doing this on our remodels, and again, it's just due to the drive-through. So what we call it. So that's the kind of the concept of it. And then inside the kitchen gets remodeled to accommodate for the this service.
Thank you.
Yes.
Just for the records, who's the one answer the question? Carlos or Robert?
Carlos.
Can you state it in your name for the record, please?
Carlos Madrigal, Carlos Madrigal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any more questions, Commission? I have a question on those two lanes for whoever is designed this. I was checking the space between the two lines that you have marked in here, and I don't believe, and I might be wrong, I don't believe they have the space for the two lanes. And what you're gonna do with the sign? It's a sign in there that says McDonald's, but I think it's like 14 feet with both lanes, but I don't know if you measure it might be or okay.
It shouldn't, can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. Robbie, you want to take that one? Oh, we're back before though. The monument sign, that is going to get relocated, and we're already proposing, we were working actually with Public Works early on because of the condemnation and the deceleration lane that's going to occur. So we've been working with them for some time. It's going to be a pole sign. We kind of proposed some designs, and that's how we haven't really resolved it too much yet with Public Works. So that'll come a little bit later, but the monument sign will be gone, and obviously it's blocks the view of the cars. And so that'll be gone. It'll be a pole sign so that you can see through it when the car is there. as far as the lane itself, I don't know if you can go back to the exhibit, or you want to take that one, Robbie, on the dimensions. If I want to see what the total distance is for the lane.
Sure, yeah, I can take that one. So Robert Priest, Design UA, we're the architects and engineers for the project. I'm the project manager on it. So the lanes themselves, we have 19'6" in width. Normally we'll go 20 feet, so we have 10-foot lanes. We're just 3 inches shy of 10-foot lane on each side, which based on kind of our studies and everything else is wide enough for what we're doing. And for kind of cars, it's wider than most drive-throughs are.
So you say 10 feet, it didn't have it here though, so that's why I went to check them
Sure.
out. Now, when you turn into the building, is gonna be some safety device so people will not drive to the restaurant or hit the restaurant?
It's a typical drive-through. That portion is existing. The modified portion is in the front of Florence, but so we do, the corner of the building would be guarded with a bollard, a steel post, and if we don't already have it, I don't recall, but we'll add a column of bollard, steel bollard on both corners. That protects the corner of the building. But that section is the existing typical. It starts to get modified a little bit, but the radius is going to be almost what's there existing. It'll be touched just a little bit, but not much.
Okay, so that's what I have. I see the one in Southgate, and I seen it's working really good for another restaurants, but I just had these questions because it didn't match what it was showing here in the map and what it was, it's supposed to. But now he's already tell me how it's gonna be done. Can you state your name, please, Mr. Robert, for the record?
Yep, my name is Robert, R-O-B-E-R-T, last name Priest, P-R-E-E-C-E.
Thank
And I'm
you.
with Design UA, we are the applicant.
Thank you. Any questions, Commission? If we don't have no questions, we might have a motion.
Motion to approve the modification to conditional use permit number 2017-031, McDonald's drive-thru remodel.
Second.
A motion, we have a second. Secretary, would you give me a roll call, please?
Sure, Commissioner De La Rosa,
Yes.
Commissioner Flores,
Yes.
Commissioner Leon,
Yes.
Vice Chairperson Villalobos,
Yes,
and Chairperson Rivera.
Yes.
Motion
Okay.
passes 5-0.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead and get it done. Next item will be item number 3, which will be the approval of the minutes. Are there any changes for the minutes, Commission? For May 18, 2022? No motion?
motion to approve the minutes of the Planning Commission meeting of May 18, 2022.
I
In
second.
second?
I
A second? Any, all in favor? None opposed? Motion pass. Thank you. Public comments now is open, planning for not agenda item. Planning Secretary, would you please give me any speaker on this item?
Chairperson, we do not have any written comments, and we will now open the line to see if there's anyone wishing to speak in the line on any items not on the agenda. The public will now have the opportunity to speak on items not on the Planning Commission agenda. Please state your name for the record before addressing your comments to the Planning Commissioners. Each speaker and email reading is limited to 3 minutes. Email comments will be read out loud after all speakers have been heard. Anyone wishing to make a comment may do so at this time by pressing *9. When instructed, press *6 to unmute yourself. Individuals joining through the Zoom app may request to make a comment by using the raise hand feature on Zoom. And at this time, Chairperson, we do not have any comments or anyone
there-
wishing to speak.
If there is no objection by the planning commission, I will close the public comments. Staff, any comments? Commissions, any comments? And a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Adjourn.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Night.
Good night, everyone.
Night.
And